right. All right. So we got our next guest on. Had the pleasure of going to her listening party. Cool as a fan. Shout out to the Burn It Down music group as well. But we got the lovely Layla Face in the building, aka Laya. It's all good. How you doing?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
Hey, man. Welcome to New Music Wednesdays, and you on here with the family. And yeah, I gotta say, pleasure meeting you the other day. Listening
Thank
party
you.
was lit. It was actually at Bel Air's office, which was like super fly. And
Yeah.
I had the chance to just hear some of the joints for the project as well as get drunk for free. So, it was a beautiful day, to say the least, man. But Leia, how you doing, man? How's everything going?
Everything is great. Everything is up. It's up and it's stuck. It's a steady trajectory. So
Yes.
I'm busy, still busy. Don't see any days off anytime soon. So I'm
Nah,
happy.
that's what we do. That's what we want, man. So, for those who don't know you, always ask people, what's your story? Like, how'd you get started? Um, how did it happen for you? How did you get connected to music, and then how did it all like sort of come together for you to really like come out with this new project?
Well, I've been singing all my life. Been writing songs since grade school. Um, I pretty much took matters into my own hands and bought my own mic and my own inbox, taught myself how to record and mix myself at home in my room. So I just started creating, music from, inside my house. And that kind of just spiraled and became its own thing. I used all the tools that are available to me, uploading my own tracks to the DSPs, creating my own videos. I started making all my own music videos and creating all my own content, cover artwork, like even like the cover here, like I created this and like just did everything pretty much in-house. And between my producers and I, they go by Aura, they're a duo. They pretty much produced everything. I wrote everything, created all the content for it. We kind of put it out there as this kind of call to the universe, just trying to get people's attention, just trying to get attention to the music and to the art. And long story short, it worked. And we stayed consistent, and then we got the attention of a lot of people, and inevitably what is now my label. I'm now signed to Warner Records. So got their attention, and now we here. Just launched relaunched my EP. It was originally released when I was independent, but we've just relaunched it with a little more zhuzh on it. And but I've always been creating. I've always been creating music. I've always been doing this. But all the hard work that I put in independently has at least paid off to now I'm doing this professionally, and this is what I get to do now. So I'm like really excited. And yeah, that's my story.
And she's sticking to it. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Well, congratulations, man. Like I said, the album I think is fucking awesome. So
Thank you.
if you got some time, we'll hang around, play a couple of these records and get some feedback. Like I said, man, you got DJs from all around the country on this thing right now. So thank you again for tapping in with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Trust.
All right, word. So we're gonna hit this one, and then we'll get to the little Q&A after it. So check this one out, fellas. Everybody on the call. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Miss Leia. That shit is hard right there, man.
You like that one?
Indeed. I like the whole album. I'm not gonna front. Like I said, I ran that thing, when it dropped over and over. So big congratulations, you know what I mean? So talk about how you and Fabio linked up.
Well, that's a I gotta throw that to Burn It Down group. My management team happened to be just like kicking it with him, and the song and the video was already done, and they played it for him, and just casually, no agenda, just was sharing it with him. And it just got stuck in his head, and he was like, "Oh, like I want to get on this." Like he was just walking around like, "When I get the big bag," so yeah, so it was really just like an organic thing. Like he really just he liked the record and wanted to get on it. So it was like, all right, like I ain't gonna say no. And And then it was cool because then I was able to pretty much bring him into my universe and into my world and pop him into the video that I had already made. So if none of you guys have seen it yet, there's a scene where where he and I are pretty much dressed like a prom king and queen. So originally it was just me alone as a prom queen. So it just kind of fit perfect. And I was just able to make him a prom king and kind of like bring him to my tiny New York apartment where I shoot everything in front of this like tiny space with a little green screen, and I was shooting it with my phone. Like I've shot and recorded like all my videos like with my phone. So it was interesting. Like I had him like performing to my iPhone. So it was like, it's a little awkward. Like, you know, like I'm sure he's like, what is going on? But it was cool. It came out really cool. And but yeah, it was all like in natural, organic happening, which is how I love things to happen. So it was cool.
For sure.
I gotta say, like before this call, you got a lot of people that were like, I love your project. Like there was already a natural buzz, you know. Shout out to everybody who was like, yo, I can't believe she's gonna be on the call. Where did all of this energy come from? Like, you know, how did this, because something must have been happening way before this EP dropped. How did, like, what else were you doing to get so much attention and fans?
Well, again, this was a relaunch. So the EP was out originally for like about a year, and before I was signed and before they decided to kind of like reboot it. But since then, since the original EP was out, I had released what we then added to the EP, which were like 4 extra singles. So I dropped Sailor Moon, I dropped Crazy Down, I dropped Bitter. And then I did Brag, and I also did a Amazon original of a cover of Missy Elliott's "Sock It to Me." So I think like all of those singles, like since the original launch of the EP and then leading up to the relaunch where we kind of added a couple new things, I think all of that kind of just builded like this anticipation and this kind of need or thirst for the project, because a lot of my fans and stuff, I mean, it just started like growing, and then people started like blowing up my DMs and bugging me like, when is this project coming out, and I need more music and I need it now. So yeah, I think it was just it's like they always say, it's the consistency. You stay consistent and you keep on, you know, you feed the people, and I think it just grew naturally. It just all just snowballed.
I'm trying to understand that your background out there, Leia. Is that a cardboard piece of your album cover, or is it?
Yeah, it's a poster. It's like
okay.
a poster, John.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like we all kind of know this answer, but I mean, talk the influences music wise for you.
So, I'm very much inspired by the golden era of like 90s R&B. Very much inspired by not just the women but the men as well of the time. I think there was just a certain magic about that sound and that sort of pocket. Definitely one of my big influences is Missy Elliott. And I'll say that not only because, I mean, who doesn't love Missy Elliott, but also because I didn't realize this until like I grew up, but you know, she was behind a lot of the R&B songs that I love and that are like some of my favorite records. And you know, as a kid, I wasn't reading credits, so it's like I had no idea that she had so much to do with a lot of my favorite songs, but she did. So she's kind of also like a sneaky influence to where like there's a lot of things that I love about a lot of records that just turned out she had something to do with. So she's definitely a big influence. But definitely like Brandy, Destiny's Child, you know, like that whole pocket. And I love bringing that into today and making it slap. So that's like the bulk of my influence. Definitely.
Yeah, everybody, I don't know if you're looking at the chat, but everybody was like, you know, it brings the Aaliyah vibes, the Brandy vibes. You know what I mean? So,
And
so
then,
I mean,
like-
that's what I said. I feel like we knew the answers, but we just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we needed verification.
Yeah, we
'cause
need
I
the
damn
confirmation
sure
of it all.
on that record, like when you first came in, it's like, yeah, it's Brandy, but nah, that's Aaliyah. And then when the hook and all that came in, I was like, yo, that's Crazy Feelings by Missy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, that's Crazy Feelings by Missy. So yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
me and C was talking about last week. I was like, bro, I listened to this album like a few times, and it has like that 90s Timberland and Missy vibe with like a dash of Erykah Badu and Sweet. Like it has those. And
Yeah,
like,
that whole.
dope. You been killing. I seen you voguing too at this one performance she was doing. I was like, okay, she out there, she killing it. I see you.
I gotta say, you know, I gotta polish it up. You know what I mean? I gotta make the girls happy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta polish. I gotta do my duck walk and all that stuff. I gotta do my cat. But yeah, you know, I like throw a little spice in there.
Yeah,
I mean, explain even the album cover, because the album cover is like very, you know, I don't know, you know what I mean, how to take it from it. So
okay, so I'm doing a lot. There's a lot going on, right? I do a lot. Like I not only write the songs, I record myself, I mix myself, I create the videos, I style myself, I do my own hair, my own makeup, I get my own props, I create some of my own props. This hat I literally made out of a cereal box, and then I hand painted it to match my outfit because I didn't have a pillbox hat. So whatever it is that I need, I will make it happen. I will make it work. It's my favorite thing to say. So this was my own fun, quirky way of interpreting that. I have many things. I wear many hats. I have many skills. I do many a thing all at once. And this project, I called it Hello because I wanted to kind of make that call to the universe and really like grab the world's attention and be like, yo, like I'm hot too. Like what I'm doing is fire. So this is kind of goes with that. It's like it grabs your attention, but I'm doing like I have so many different things going on in this picture, and that really kind of just represents me and where I was coming from with this project.
yeah, it makes mad sense. I mean, even in, you know, shout out to Earl, you know, self-sufficient, you know, it save money on budget, all that other type of stuff. You can do hella shit on your own. So are you you know, and I guess that's even a bigger question because, you know, there's so much talk around independent artists today. And so looking at everything you was already doing on your own, why, you know, I guess, why did you choose to sign now? You know what I mean? Just, I guess, bigger than the bag or what?
Well, there are major things that I want to do. There are major things that I want to do with my career. There are big places and you know, things that I want to do with my music. And it just kind of lined up and made sense. I'm a firm believer in everything happening for a reason and perfect timing. And it was at the perfect time that labels started to notice. It wasn't just my labels, other labels as well, but they started to notice and they knew, you know, kind of like what was coming. You know, you could kind of sense like the, you know, what's about to happen with something. And just as well as I knew what, you know, what could happen and the potential of, you know, of my art and my work. And I thought it was just the perfect time to really pair with a big company and signing with a major label because I want to do major things. And they also, you know, not just signing just for a bag, but also there was like zero hesitation, you know, with Warner from the moment that they discovered me to, you know, seeking me out and to, you know, the fact that they really believed in me and really did see my potential and saw exactly like how big and how, you know, far I wanted to take things. And at the end of the day, that's what you want, like in a relationship with a label. Like you want them to be excited about you. You want them to, you know, see, you know, have just as big a vision as you do, if not bigger. And that was all of the energy that I got from them. So it just seemed like the right thing to do at the right time. And I'm grateful for it because even with this relaunch, it's already beyond doubling or tripling the numbers it did when I was independent, you know, because I have help. You know, it's not all just like they're just pushing a button, but they're giving it some exposure to allow the music to do what it's going to do anyway, and to reach the people that it needs to reach. So yeah, that, you know, it was just the right time. It was just the right time.
No, I love that you say, sign with a major to do major things. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, independence, a whole nother grind, and we talk about it a lot on here. You know what I mean? But definitely with the power of, you know, the machine, they can definitely open up some bigger doors and put you in some bigger rooms and bigger audience. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that's the greatest thing about the album too. It's a very big sounding album. You know what I mean? Like none of these records is small.
And it's an EP. Technically. It's still an EP. It's not even a real. I haven't even really done a full album yet. So, but I love, everyone calls it an album because it feels so big and polished. But I like that. That's like a little subtle flex. Like,
Hell yeah.
it's like, it's just an EP though. Like, it's not even an album. But like,